The weather was so bad we missed our port of call. So we went on our 6th Disney cruise, and this is the quick and dirty. The magic, the wonder, the fantasy, the dream, and this was the wish. We went on a 3-night cruise on the Disney Wish. And as always, they announce your family when you get there.
Please welcome aboard the Farland family.
The Wish is the 5th ship in the DCO lineup. The same capacity of the Dream and Fantasy, but set up one less bank of elevators, 2 as opposed to the 3. Because this is our 6th cruise, it put us at what they call gold status. And with gold status comes a few gifts waiting in your stateroom. We had a deluxe ocean view suite. It was a 2-bathroom stateroom. One bathroom had the toilet and sink. One bathroom had the shower and sink. Well, the kids have their own space. They have the Vibe. They have the Hero Zone if they like to play sports. They can hang out in the Vibe, or the preteens have the Edge, and the younger kids have the Oceaneers Club. So there's some place for everyone. Well, the kids at least, right? We had rotational dining. There was the Marvel Avengers Technology Showcase that was Marvel themed, and they had a show in Ant-Man and the Wasp. That was pretty cool. Kids loved it. Also, other dining options outside of rotational. Personally, the smoked chicken at Mickey's Barbecue was great, excellent. Star Wars Hyperspace Lounge. In front of the bar at the Hyperspace Lounge was a mocked-up window to make it look like you were on a Star Wars craft. It would occasionally go into hyperspace if you waited long enough. So 2 things. 1, the space was too small, so it was crowded all the time, so they had to limit people to 45 minutes at a table, so you couldn't just spend all night there if you wanted to. Also, I think that much more could have been done. You could have made this thing look like the cantina in the first Star Wars and A New Hope, but you didn't. It was more of an afterthought, it felt like. So this entire ship to me felt like it was a little rushed. There was also no centralized after hours location for the other ships had centralized after hours clubs. The Wish did not. The Rose was the adult wine and cigar bar on the Wish. This space is called the Meridian on the Dream and the Fantasy. There's Arendelles, which was Frozen themed. Typical Disney family entertainment. It was great. It's Disney's sweet spot. No one is going to out-entertain Disney when it comes to family. I wish the Wish had a centralized after-hours club area like the other 2 large ships, the Dream and the Fantasy. We were meant to dock in the Bahamas, but we missed our port of call. The water was too choppy to dock at the Bahamas, so we spent another day on the ship. The next day, we landed on Castaway Cay. Castaway Cay looked beautiful when we got there. It was deceivingly beautiful, though, because the highs were in the lower 60s, so it was chilly, and it was windy, so it required a sweater at the least to be on property. It was chilly. We went over to Serenity Bay, which is where we normally go when we land on Castaway Cay, because it's an adult-only area where you can go over and sit on the beach, and the kids are on the other beach. But this beach was closed because the water was too choppy. Needed a sweater just to be comfortable. Tropical? I think not. But it was chilly. We got a couple chairs. We decided to sit out and watch the waves. And we toughed it out for a while. We might have sat out there an hour, but it was so chilly, it was uncomfortable. After getting back on board, we went straight to the spa. I went ahead and purchased a rainforest package for both myself and my wife. And that was actually the highlight of the trip. Now, when we first went there, we had issues with robes and shoes and them not having what we required. But I will say this. I will say that the staff there went out of their way to make it right. I'm a person who doesn't expect anyone to be perfect. As long as you make it right, I'm good with it. And they did make it right. To have a really nice outdoor area, which if it was warmer would have been amazing. So I spent a little time, my wife and I spent a little time in the hot tub, and that was about it. But if it had been nice, it would have been wonderful to sit out there. On board, there are also 2 movie theaters. There is Tangled, which is like a salon. Then there's Mickey's Mainsail and plenty of shopping. There's also Nightingales, which is like a little piano bar. In summary, water was choppy, too choppy to dock in the Bahamas, weather cold, too cold for the beach, dirty flatware twice, the food was good, the spa was great, the wish was okay. My favorite, still the fantasy. The family prefers the magic.